I'm going to read open meeting law and videotaped meetings. If your meeting is videotaped, the open meeting law requires you to advise open session meeting attendees as follows. Open session public meetings are subject to being recorded. Your image and voice may be recorded per the open meeting law, Mass General Laws, Chapter 30A, Section 20E. So thank you. Okay, 6:30. 6:33. All right, I'm going to call the meeting to order, and the first order of business is usually minutes, but I don't have them, so I started doing them and I didn't get them done, so.
Lost track.
Anyway, so, yeah. So next meeting I'll have the minutes. But before we move on to the, do we want to do the vacancies first and then have the chief talk?
We'll let the chief talk and let him go home.
Yeah, there you go. You've been here all day, so.
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
I'm not shy. Good job.
So, Chief Clark, thank you for coming. We had some questions regarding a job description we had received, and it was a job description for call fire lieutenant, and it said full-time on the front page, and then it also said that it was an exempt salaried position at the bottom. So we had some questions as to the organizational chart, hierarchy, or if you will, because we didn't, I don't know if you meant to have this a full-time position
No.
or a salaried
It's a call
position,
position.
or what
So
have
we can
you.
go through the process,
Yeah.
and it's like, this is, what I tried to do was rewrite the career one you had,
Yeah,
and it was similar to the firefighter one that we used in a recent process that you were
Yep.
involved with, thank you. It just needed rewriting. I spent quite a bit of time with Mary to do that one. So I didn't use Mary this time, I just rewrote it to
Okay.
be the responsibilities of a call lieutenant, not a career lieutenant. There's two different animals, they do similar jobs, but they're two completely different animals. So it's like, I can answer any and all questions that you have.
Oh, well, we got time, so
That's
go ahead,
good.
keep
No, I like
talking.
it. No, I like it. So it's like, I think, I don't know, you want to just answer the questions, or you want to go through the whole job description, top to bottom, and how do you want to do it? You
Well, I
tell me
think-
what your process, how you want to run your process, it's your process.
so I guess, if you wanted to explain exactly what the position is, because we
Okay.
had some questions within the job description, you know, the supervision part of it, and I can certainly see, that the career lieutenant would be different, because that is a
And the career
full.
lieutenant is also identified in that very first paragraph. There's a chain of command in the fire department, it's a semi-military organization, so you have to have a chain of command, and people report to people. I report to the TA and the select board, the deputy reports to me, the career lieutenant reports to the deputy, so it works its way down. So he's probably like, the career lieutenant would be third in depth, but there's also some call captains, one. And so, right now, we only have one call department officer with 20, just gave Mary the number this morning for the insurance, I think there's 27 members. We have one call officer, okay? Oh, no, two, for the deputy, I wasn't counting the deputy, but there you go.
I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
Pass those, yep, thank you, sir.
I gotta see this, because
And,
this is what's
there's only
confusing
one.
me.
There's Captain Alessi and Deputy DeSaltes, who is also a career deputy up in Devon's.
Yeah,
So he was a captain.
he
in-
was the one that was in Northborough?
Captain
Yeah,
in Northborough,
okay.
shift captain, then he went
Okay,
like a year ago, whatever it was.
yeah,
So the chain of command is critical for any of the operations any fire department does.
yeah.
So that kind of spells that out right away when someone's reading that job description. And what I wanted to do is, I like to post the job descriptions with a posting for a position, so that people can say, okay, there's gonna be an open position, but this is right with it, so they can say, my roles and responsibilities will be this. Oh, I didn't know that, or, oh, I won't be able to do that, so maybe they wouldn't.
Right,
Or it's a
yes.
piece of cake for me, I can apply.
Absolutely.
So that's what I like to do, but,
Yep.
and it identifies right at the beginning there, the chain of command, myself, the deputy, the career lieutenant, and essential functions were pretty much in what were in there, but it was similar to the firefighter one. We just needed to kind of tweak it some so it was job specific. The first one, for instance, was the HR one that came from somebody, was that you would have to lift up to 60 pounds. And I've had it come from a strong union shop where someone on the wrong morning at 2 o'clock would say, sorry, chief, that's 61 pounds, I'm not gonna be able to help you with that.
Oh, yeah.
So you take that, you gotta kind of just tweak stuff so it fits everything, you know? It never happened to me, but it could, you know what I mean? You gotta kind of look at stuff and say, how is this gonna bite me? And it's like, and make it so that the bite's as painless as possible. So that's where we were going with it. If you look at what Sue gave, the payroll sheet, this is what we fill out for each incident. It has all the people on there. And you can see there's captain on group 1, Tony Alessi. The career lieutenant runs group 2, and group 3 is, it should say, I might have said that wrong. Group 3 is the lieutenant, and then group 2 is where Kevin Colmy is acting lieutenant is currently operating.
Okay.
Okay, so he's like, it doesn't say that here because it's like, it's acting. And in the not even the long term, as soon as you would okay the job description, is that the plan is to try to, is to put it out. I know Kevin's gonna apply, and I know some other people who are thinking about applying, and you get 3 lieutenants, okay? Call lieutenants only, part-time, call, all right? And one of them would be assigned as a lead on group 2, which would probably be Kevin if he goes through the process, because he's kind of like the, right now, the most experienced one and got a good head on his shoulders on the street for operations. Then we'd find 2 more lieutenants, assign them on the group, so there was like a lead person and a second in command of those operational groups. And what these groups do is they had 2 days on, 4 days off. So they have responsibility for coverage if the night per diem crew needs extra help. For instance, is we go into departments, not on the first floor because they can handle that, but if we go to the second or third floor, there's no elevator there, so they have to take the chair stretcher. And with only 2 of them, if no police are available, they have the option to call for the duty group to come down, which the operational group, which would be one of those 3 groups in an engine, and help them extricate a patient with this chair stretcher from Division 2 or 3.
Well, I only have one question.
Yeah,
Out of the lieutenant, yeah, I know you're looking for more. Would they all be per diem?
No, they're not per diem. They're just call lieutenants.
Call
When
lieutenants.
they come in, there's a pay rate for call. No, it has nothing to do with per diem.
Okay.
Completely clean of the per diem.
Yeah.
A call
Okay.
lieutenant may work a per diem shift, but he gets the per diem rate. He
Okay.
doesn't get a call rate. when
I
he
just
goes in.
didn't want them to mix together.
Nope.
Okay.
Well, they will mix together operationally.
Yes.
Because some of our, like Kevin Colomy's an acting lieutenant, he's also does a couple of per diem night shifts a week.
That's fine.
So the per diem is just like is a spot, and people fill it.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't matter, there's
Okay.
minimum requirements for it.
Yes.
So it's like they gotta be an EMT and be a firefighter to do it. Well, sometimes you don't have to be an EMT right now because there's a COVID thing that you just need to be a first responder to drive the ambulance, so we can get away with.
1-on-1.
1-on-1.
Okay.
Yep, so, no, it doesn't have anything to do with attached to the per diem program, it's completely independent.
Okay.
Kevin can still operate as a lieutenant when he's on the per diem because he has rank, so it'd be kind of like the lead guy. Lead guy on the per diem shift until one of the other ones got there, if they were needed, and sometimes he covers the whole thing. We just did a serious accident on the highway, and a car hit the stone wall on the left side of the road, flipped, came all the way over to the other side of the road. It was at night, and it wasn't, and the lieutenant got there, and Kevin had it completely in hand. He didn't have to even get involved, the career lieutenant. He said, yep, you got it, you're good, what do you need me to help you with? Just like that. And Kevin had established command, was running the incident, it was in a good direction. The radio communications were sound, and so that's how that system worked. When you talk
Okay.
about your chain of command, the lieutenant went, do you need me to help you? And sometimes it's yes, and so he'd take the call, and the other would become maybe an operations officer in the ICS command thing. When it builds out a big incident, you have interior and a fire building, there's a lot of different sectors you can fill.
Yep.
And you just it's kind of like a toolbox. You reach in and grab the one you need, said, okay, you're doing this for me, thank you. So,
Okay, so you're trying to make them all lieutenants now?
no,
because-
not all
No, I
lieutenants,
mean,
there's only.
Because like Michael was a group leader.
Yep, and
Michael
he was
Wheeler.
a career firefighter. So
But
I put
he's-
more onus on a career firefighter, and he wasn't a lieutenant.
Right, correct.
But I put more onus on a career firefighter than a call firefighter, simply because they're usually more experienced, higher trained, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of different criteria, you know what I mean?
You need
So,
to be a little careful with that.
Well,
Because you get, this is the big elephant in the room. I mean, you have a lot of people that have been
Call
on
for a long
call
time. Yep.
and been volunteers.
Yep, for a
and
long time.
There's a little bristle when you do some of that. And we
Yep.
want to, that's one thing that we need to avoid in this department. We
Well,
need to avoid and be careful.
I
Just
think-
be careful.
I think in June and the TA can say this, I think I've avoided the bristle a lot since I got here. It's all how you deliver it. If you're upfront and honest with the guys when you deliver a concept like this, they have buy-in. Firefighters are all A personalities, and they just strive for structure with a few exceptions. And if you bring structure, they accept it and follow it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
I-
I've been in, this is my third firehouse I've been in now, third community, and it's like, and they were like that all the way. They want to be led. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's time like this to have the good people who are following to be able to have a chance to step up and be leaders.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Are these positions in the collective bargaining
Nope,
agreement?
No, it's call, just call.
Okay.
Call fire department. They get paid just by the hour. They
All
come
right.
and do a function. They get
Okay.
their minimum 2 hours.
All right.
Or 3 or 4,
Yeah.
whatever the call runs.
Yeah.
That had nothing to do with the union. The
Okay.
union's all covered under a CBA, so it's like, that's, yep, no, none of this will have anything to do with that.
So the only folks that are in the union then are the people who are in scheduled positions, or?
Yes and no. The career people are in the union. There's Dave and Mike, no, not Mike anymore, but Dave and John now.
Yep.
Kyle is in because some of the per diems went in, but not all of them
Okay.
elected to go in. And that was
Okay.
a choice they made when
All
they
right.
formed the union.
No, I was just, I
Yeah,
was-
no, that's
yeah.
just sharing it.
Yeah.
So,
So also, once they join, are they still per DMs?
yep,
Okay.
yeah, you can be
You can be both?
union and per diem.
Yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
you can be call too. You can be a call fire, can be a per diem, and a per diem can be a call firefighter, but, you know what I mean?
Okay. No, I
And a
just,
per diem has to be a call firefighter in Berlin. Like, I had someone come in that was really sharp paramedic, and she wanted to come in and go just do per diem shifts. We haven't seen her much since she come in, because I think that's maybe why. She expected to come right in. Very skilled on the EMS side, and experienced on the fire side, but wasn't used to the Berlin system. It needed to be brought in and get your check-offs on the engines and the
Right,
ambulances, and all
right.
that stuff like you would going anywhere as a.
anyway, yeah.
So it's like, we haven't seen it much. So it's like, it is what it is.
Okay.
So,
And I have one more.
yep.
Of course, I probably have 10 more, but you'll-
Ask them all.
you
I'd
can
rather-
kick me.
I wouldn't do that.
I have a hard time with one of the things that, just because I grew up with an on-call firefighter dad, when you actually have it written that he has to ensure that assigned apparatus is inspected and is in a state of operational readiness.
Yep.
I understand that.
Yep.
But I think that really should be
No.
responsibility of a career person.
Yep, but they're not,
Because-
but the career person isn't always here.
Right, but that call person is sitting at home having a cup of coffee and gets the phone call.
Mhm.
I think the career people during the day should make sure that's ready for him to roll.
No.
If something
What-
happens,
What that is meant, why that was drafted like that, is because we go on a call. There's no career person, it's at night. The career people don't go on the call. The lieutenant goes on the call, he's a call lieutenant. They come back from the call, they go to a brush fire, on a little fire on roadside up by Pisgah. They come back, it's his responsibility to make sure before they leave, that whatever
That's-
apparatus they use is in service, ready to go.
then I
Filled
think,
up, fill the water,
Whatever they need. You know
Okay,
what I
a
mean?
light fixed or something?
That's that responsibility
write
to
that
find.
better. Then that needs to be defined.
No, I get what you're
No,
saying.
I think it should just be defined a little bit
Ensures
better.
that the assigned apparatus is and inspected, I don't
What
mean
does
like
MPO
with the check and
mean?
tire pressures like that, which they
Right.
do during the day, is in the state of operational readiness. When they
When they leave
leave
it. I
it,
don't
that truck
know.
is ready to go to the next call,
Okay. I
and
don't
nothing
know.
missing,
And to
unless
me,
something's broke.
right, and to
'Cause
me, I
there's
was reading it
3 of
that
them.
it's their responsibility that it's always ready. And
Nope,
I just,
no, no.
and I think maybe you
Just on
could
the-
just write it.
Just on the instant
4.
response that he
Yep.
has responsibility for.
And
Because there's actually, every day, there's an equipment checklist, and every day at 06:30, they start their equipment check, and every day has an apparatus assigned to it. Like June will hear, on the day they do the ladders, I'm sure she hears the saws running. You know what I mean? And I can go in my office, I could say, oh, today's the ladder day, because I hear the saws running.
Yep.
I can tell.
No,
You know what
no,
mean?
I get that
So
part.
it's like, I can go to my list and say, on my desk, yep, ladder day.
Yeah,
right
no,
on.
I-
And that's and that's just to make sure that they're not coming in, going to a call, and leaving the truck out of service.
Right, no, I think you and I are saying the same thing. I'm not sure it's written as well as it could be. I mean, inspected when they leave the call. I don't want, you see what I'm
You
saying?
can take out, you can take out inspected and is in a state of operational readiness.
Yes, and is left in a state, is
Yep.
left. Something is,
Yep, I can
you
do
know,
that.
it's left in that state. Because I don't want,
No, hey,
Yeah,
no.
I know.
when I'm reading it, I'm remembering my dad going to a fire once and getting in 3 trucks and finding out not one of them started in the town of Bolton, and it was just not, so,
Yeah.
Yep,
I have one more question.
Yeah.
What is a MPO?
motor pump operator. That's kind of like a fancy word that you run the truck and drive the truck and run the pump.
That's, so you only have on every shift, you only
Yeah, but they
have
all, no, they all do it. There's some guys that only do that.
only a
They're
pump
not like
operator.
Either,
They drive and run the pump.
yep, and they're
But
not-
that's
they're either-
standard.
They're either not firefighter 1-2 certified,
Okay.
or for some reason, they might like have some type of something going on that doesn't allow them to do interior work, so they concentrate, but they're good people, they got a good head on their shoulders, good truck drivers, so you assign them, where's the strength? Make people always be successful. And I don't expect him to grab a hose and go in a fire,
Yeah.
but I expect him to be like 100% in the front yard with a line when I need water to go in a fire.
Yep.
So you play people to their strengths, you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
it's
oh,
like,
no, I know, the guy,
yeah, you know.
usually the driver and he's the pump operator.
Yeah, exactly.
99% of the time.
Exactly. So some guys have really gravitated that. Someone may be older, I hate to say that, because I'm one of those, but it's like, and you're
Yes.
like, and they're not retired yet, so you kind of like give them a function. Some of them might be the guys, and I know I always handpicked them during a really serious snowstorm. I didn't let the young kids drive. I put my most experienced driver behind the wheel
Okay.
to say, yep, get me there and get me back. And the
Safely,
kids can go in
yeah.
the jump seat and pull hose to the snowbanks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
It's like
okay.
that simple.
okay, so you've got to get rid of this FT.
Right. The FT up at the top,
That has to,
full-time.
I don't know which one you got.
She's got.
I got the PT.
you got PT, we got FT, okay.
Right. And then we
Well,
also
did I
at
send you the
at the bottom,
You
we
don't
have
have-
exempt salary.
FLSA exempt.
Can't have that.
Because exempt would be a salaried person.
So scratch that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
That means it's just not exempt to the, like, yeah, if they work over 40 hours, that FLSA, that's, when you tell me FLSA, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, because you're the expert here on FLSA, is that if they do that 212 hours and 200, let me just think, I just was doing it this morning. just
So
going
if
like-
you're exempt, that means you're an exempt salaried person, and typically you're exempt
I don't think I
from
had that.
getting paid overtime.
That was on the thing. I
Okay,
don't think I
right.
did that.
That's what I thought.
Scratch.
Yeah,
Yep,
so scratch
I
that.
can do
And the only other thing that I had a question on,
Yep, go ahead.
Chief, was on the recommended minimum qualifications. It speaks to paramedic, firefighter, first responder,
right.
EMT/paramedic. And I wasn't sure if that's, if we're going for a paramedic here, or whether it,
Well, wait, let me find what it says.
it was under education, it was under special requirements, and the ones we got.
Okay, it could be experience as a firefighter, first responder, EMT, or paramedic. It could be a firefighter in any one of those three.
Oh, okay.
So it's like,
All right.
that's what that only means.
All right.
Because we have some paramedics coming in now.
Right. All
Well, we
right.
have two, Jeremy and that girl that doesn't show up much, Melanie. Nice girl, we run into her. She works on one of the intercept trucks that we work
Yeah.
with. It just has some family stuff going on. It's like,
Yeah.
it really is.
Well, the way it looked like that was required.
Nope,
And same
nope.
with special requirements, it
Well,
states
it-
first responder, EMT/paramedic. So I just want to make sure that
Yeah, it could be any of those. Just, you got to minimum be a first responder. Some of them
Right.
might be EMTs and a
Right.
few of them might be medics. You're going to be at least a first responder to be a firefighter anyways.
Is there a better way you think that should be worded?
Yeah, I think
say-
it should say, well, the way it reads to me is that you're required to be a paramedic. That's what I see when I read this. Special.
It would be a combination of the firefighter, any three of those would make you,
So does it have like
To meet that-
firefighter and then like in parentheses?
Slash
and then
EMT.
So like with a combination
you could
of,
do,
Yeah.
put the word in there somehow with the combination of, would that work, Claire?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And where would he put it? Just one preferred, and, okay, fire officer, one preferred, comma, mass first responder, right there with a comma.
Where are you seeing fire officer? I don't even have that on here.
and that's,
If you can read a scribble.
Down the bottom. Good luck reading
Oh,
that.
I don't even have, oh, there it, wait a minute. Fire,
yeah,
I'm sorry.
That's like, someone might
I'm
have
sorry,
that.
I didn't
It's
see that.
preferred, but not everyone has that. And it's like, I didn't get that till I was almost 25 years into my
like-
career. It's like, it's paper stuff that you gotta take a test for. It's like,
So I think we need, under special requirements, paramedic needs to be, it needs to say, that paramedic isn't required.
no, it doesn't say that, but I can shake it off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's not the,
Yeah.
that's not the meaning of what's written there.
Right.
You have to be a firefighter and a combination of one of those three.
right,
You can be a
Right.
first responder, you
Can you
can be an EMT,
can you word it just
or
what he just said?
you can be, can you do first responder?
First
can you do
responder,
first-
EMT,
can you do,
paramedic.
A comma, or,
yes, or,
Paramedic, like
yeah,
that?
or,
Okay.
yeah.
Or a combination of.
Oh, absolutely, would want a paramedic if we could get one, but the way it read, I would just be
No, I can
afraid
do
that
that.
a firefighter EMT
that-
wouldn't.
that's why I wanted this,
Yeah.
I don't have a problem at all of sharing this with you guys and getting it the right way so that when we do it, there's no issues.
You can use it in the future.
Exactly.
You get it all out now. Yeah, I get you.
Thank you, Chief. I'm having a little difficulty following, so.
Oh, sorry.
Why, you falling asleep?
Oh,
Neurons, education, I don't know.
Get those fake eyes on the front.
You got it.
Good luck.
There. Well, I feel a lot better about this now than I did last week,
Right,
because last week I was,
I also made some things here, like, someone asked about a org chart.
yeah,
yeah,
me. Of course, you know it was me.
I only got two though.
that's all right.
I don't
I'll
know.
let Claire, Sue let me read hers.
You know it was me.
And it kind of looks like, and there would be, for each of those groups, it'd be like
Yeah.
a lead,
Yep,
like here, and then the second, like, on the, one of the groups, I'm gonna put Kyle in as the second person, so he can start to gain experience, leadership experience, when he starts, Monday. We get all the stuff back from the pre-employment physical, so he starts, Monday at 06,
So now
back up to speed.
now you got everybody you need.
But no, it kills our per diem program. It challenges the per diem program because he was one of our lead night
He
per
did one of
diems.
it.
right,
I
So,
mean, so it's a two-edged sword.
Yeah.
I get him in there a lot during the day when it's really busy, but I'll have to see how the per diem plays out.
Now, what happens to some of the people that went full-time in other towns?
We lost them as per diems too. Johnny Galato,
Yep,
Jasmine, she went up
Jasmine,
to,
yep.
she was
She's-
awesome.
she's with my sister, yeah.
Yeah, and oh, Jeremy went to Air.
yeah.
Yeah, so we don't see them as much, so it's really challenged. The one that's gonna pay the price for it is the per diem program. We're good with our day career staff.
Right.
And the day per diem program seems okay, but the night one will suffer.
Is there, I have another question. Is there some kind of program where you can get more younger people to get involved in the EMT?
Well, the whole thing is not just EMT, it's, they gotta go and get the firefighter 1-2 certification.
I understand that,
Which
but-
is like 8 months at the academy, and then EMT is, what would you guess now? It's been a long time. I went in
It's been a long
76.
time.
So,
Yeah.
I know,
So you're
Jim.
talking,
It was
by the
forever,
time you
that's
get it
all I
all
remember.
done, you're probably talking, and someone's up to speed, a year plus, coming in green.
Yeah, yeah,
And to have someone come from another department, say you could get it, and we don't, to be honest with you, we don't pay enough.
Yeah.
It's
No, I-
$15 an hour for the Sunday to Thursday, and it's $17 and something an hour for. there's a-
I get that part about the money because we're behind in that, but, I mean, is there some kind of, like Bolton's got the perfect program in the Showboat, you know, teaching these
They're
kids.
That's
kids. I had
that's
the
been
kids on the
going
street,
for
wouldn't take them on the
years.
street like that.
That's
And
been
I
going.
have a lot of, I
That's
think Jeff
why.
runs a
been going for
fantastic
years.
program over
Yeah.
there, but I've seen kids step out in the highway and,
I've seen adults do that.
it's like, you know, it's like,
I mean, it's,
no, it's, a lot of communities are very successful with their programs, and that's one of Bolton's aces.
yeah.
All the way through, it's an ace. It works fantastic for them, but to build that takes a lot of time. How many years have they been doing it?
30,
Oh.
30
Yeah,
something.
see?
Forever.
I mean, yeah, but, I mean,
I think
if
my
you
uncle
get,
actually started it.
that's what I'm trying to say. I know it's hard to start a program like that. It would be very hard. But I'm just saying for you, for us as a town in the future, you're gonna lose people because of this.
Yep.
And we gotta draw,
There's a
It's-
lot that's
it's like-
changed too, though.
yeah, I know there is a lot of change.
And it's not like, and the one I can ask, you know, I would get the most honest answer from is it's someone like a Frank Brewer. Frank, how much has the volume of calls changed since you come on call? What was he by, 16, 17 years? It's like
Yeah.
Kevin,
Yeah.
like 15, 16 years old like I was.
yeah.
Yeah.
How many calls did you start with? 75, 50,
Yeah.
75, you think?
Yeah.
And it's like
yeah,
now we're doing,
Yeah,
In most
800?
towns now,
Yeah.
I get it, it's
Right.
all about safety. You gotta
Yeah.
call somebody
and
else too.
you gotta have a certain level of training.
Yeah.
Like when I started, here's your helmet, here's your coat, here's
Yeah.
your boots.
See ya.
Do what that guy tells you to do. Just like that. That simple. You know what I mean? And I said,
Yeah.
all right, I like this. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
it's like, now they call it freelancing, you know what I mean? You could go and do
Right.
whatever you wanted.
Yeah.
Now it's like so structured,
Yeah.
so it's like, yeah.
No, we
Well,
just had
th-
fathers that yelled at us.
Yeah.
No,
Now-
don't, you know?
Yeah, now you don't
We had
have
a
that.
special
It's-
training. We had a
Big
No,
line.
Yeah,
now.
my mother would call the high school. We were in high school, my cousin and I, he's 6 weeks older than me. We had a working fire. They would call the high school and then make an announcement on the radio to release us for a fire.
yeah, wow.
And we'd go around the station and put
That
our
was
gear
the
on
way
and
it
go.
was, it was.
Is that-
Here, brush
That's
fire,
right,
you
yeah.
grab kids,
Yeah.
go,
Just
hey.
structure
Yeah.
everything. You
Yeah.
know, we didn't get off
That's
at brush
how Bolton was.
fires.
No, I,
Well, thank you
Yes,
very
thank
much
you.
for.
Margaret
for-
has a question. I
Yes,
saw.
TA, go ahead.
I'm just wondering, hi, Anna Maria has a fire science program. Now, is there any opportunity there to maybe grab, some of those students for per diem or for on call, or do you think they're all scooped up already?
I'm not sure, but there's that, I can check, and there's that orientation time that takes to get someone to come in, and it's not busy enough to hold someone's,
Yeah.
hold them there without having a lot of activity. And it's like, in what certification are they to be in the fire science program? Are they already firefighter 1-2, or is it people going through college who don't have firefighter 1-2, but they're going to get a fire science degree, but no street experience? You know what I mean? They have that I don't know how you even say it. I'm wrong. I'm missing the word, but they have that outstanding education, but they haven't got to the street yet.
Streets.
Which they want, and that's a natural step, to go there and get that, then go to the street. But when they come to the street, they're green, you can't use them anyways because they haven't been trained yet. So it's like, to the operational stuff, like, that's why all of our people to get on and go on a hose line and go put on SCBA to go in a fire, need to go to that firefighter 1-2 academy, and like even Kyle. there's a really strong chance that he's gonna go back to school for we're gonna lose him for 9 weeks to do the recruit class, because it just hones all those skills to go to the career recruit class. You do 10 times more hose work than you did at 1-2 on the call volley one. And the ladder work and the interior fire stuff that you do it's like you do 5 times as much as you did at that class, and it just exposure, hones the skills. You gain all that confidence and come back and you can kick butt on anything. You know what I mean? They really come back ready to go to
I
town.
hear ya. Book smarts, then they need the street smarts.
Yeah, you need a combination of both.
Really.
And those are the people down the road, if they continue, they get the street smarts, then they become like the officers later, because they're smart enough to do that. Those are the ones you want, but you want them when they get some street smarts, not when they're green without those are the ones that, yeah.
Maybe you
Well,
might get one
Thank you very
for
much
street
for
smart.
coming in. One of the things, if you could have that job description redone
Yep.
for us with those changes, and then I think, would you guys,
Well,
I forgot one thing.
Yeah, go ahead. No.
Shouldn't it have something in there about with skills and things like that? They've got to have some knowledge already about the town, the streets, when they come in at this position. Don't they? I know you. I know you did.
I still.
You still
we
say
were,
it wrong.
We were in that room Monday night, and we were doing our mandatory EMS training, and the tones went, and the kid next to me says, "Hey, Chief, we got a structure fire." I said, "Where are we going?" He says, "Allen Road." I said, "Oh, that's the one where you get into the backside of the caves, right? The dead-end street?" He says, "Yep." And off I went. So I had to
so
ask.
you're
You know?
learning, yeah.
Yeah, but I think this position might be,
Yeah. But that's something, again.
Preferred.
I rather, yep. it
Preferred
is
if they have
preferred,
it.
But I rather have someone come in, firefighter 1, 2.
Yep,
With
okay.
an EMT to work as a per diem, and we can teach them that. Every day that they're there, you can say, go do 3 more streets.
Yeah.
And that's what I did.
And there's also a
My first year
GPS
here,
now.
I
Yeah,
spent.
there are GPS
I spent
now.
an hour every Friday just driving to see where stuff was, so I could like try to remember. And I still have to ask, once in a while.
So
Okay.
can we go one more week?
Yep, let's go one more week and get
to
it-
get the updated one, and then we'll take a look at it and,
real quick
Yeah.
and pass it along.
Okay.
yeah.
And I
Okay.
can get those positions moving.
All right.
Give
Yeah.
Kevin a copy so he
Right.
knows what he's doing.
Yep,
So
Okay.
it's,
Yeah.
And while Chief is still here, the whole reason this even came up was because he had asked for interim, a temporary lieutenant for
Acting, yeah.
Kevin call me,
okay.
and that's where this all came from, so.
And
is the
what this
PA.
builds to is having a structured process to bring in 2 more lieutenants after Kevin. And,
What happens if he doesn't work out? Then you take away his title of
That's
lieutenant?
happened.
Okay. I just want to make
I've
sure.
had-
I'm being
I've had-
honest.
Happened.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I just want to make sure, because I don't want you, you give somebody a temporary
I've had
title
to
and then.
deal with that with career personnel.
Okay.
It happens. It
Nope,
happens
that's all I
sometimes.
wanna-
Some people are cut out to lead and some are not.
Yeah.
And
And sometimes
they're
life,
usually really good people and want to do a good job, but just like,
and sometimes life gets in the way in
a
general.
lot of
It's not-
different reasons.
Is this temporary until we get the new thing? Is that what you're saying?
It's been in progress. He's He's
Okay.
in there doing it now.
Okay.
We had to put someone in.
Okay,
Okay,
And what this will do is.
Make it
that will-
official.
make it
That's
official.
acting.
That's
When
acting.
we get this done, then we'll have a process and do 3.
Resubmit whatever
We're gonna
you
Send
want.
it back to you.
Yeah.
We'll have a
Actually
process,
advertise
like,
for
people have to
this.
put in a letter of intent.
Yes.
Along with a resume of what their skills and so forth are. And then we establish a structure similar to what we did for the new people, that new position, the new firefighter. And then interview, pick who. If there's 5, rank them. You know what I
Wrong
mean?
years.
1 through 5, and we pick the top 3.
We're still in 23.
Promote 'em.
You're looking at 23.
Okay,
Then we have
21.
2 officers on
Oh.
each of those groups.
so long as they understand that
So-
it's temporary for now.
It won't be temporary once.
No,
Right.
this,
Kevin's
Kevin's acting.
Yeah.
yep.
Okay.
And I just want you all to know that during the interviews, he actually said Berlin correctly once.
Did he really?
He did.
I'm learning.
He did.
It's only taken me 3 years.
Well, I've been bugging him since.
Every once in a blue
The
moon.
first
it's
time I
like-
met him.
And then the second time he says
She
it
reminded
back.
me of that, and I had a lady say that to me at the school.
Oh, I
She
bet.
said, "You don't say Berlin right when you're on TV." I'm like, "Sorry."
First time I met him, I told him.
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want me to
So
go
I'll
next?
get that to you tomorrow.
Okay, great, thank you.
Did you have any other questions though?
I
based on
just,
this?
I was looking at, I'm just trying to figure out where the range lies. I don't even see it on our
We don't have
ranges
calls on there,
for.
do we?
Yeah. Call's the only one that's on here,
It might be in the new one.
right here.
Celtics playing yet?
These
So
Go on.
where's that other guy go? Where's
this
the
is my
career
supper.
one?
He's the same place.
Career one is in their union contract.
Yeah.
I wish she brought something to drink, though.
Oh, but we didn't know that when we did this.
I don't know the answer.
The career CBA wasn't there when you did that.
Yeah, so the lieutenant is in
Originally.
grade 7 here,
Okay.
Yeah.
right?
That-
On
that
the-
precedes,
on the
uh,
classic
CBA.
On the actual
Right, but then,
personnel.
right, so, but I'm looking here and I'm like, I don't know, I'm losing it, I guess.
Show him one of those,
I,
when he,
so 2021 to 12/30/2021, 7/1/21 to 12/30/21, it says that a lieutenant is at 2242. But I don't know which lieutenant that is, whether that's a call lieutenant, a real lieutenant, or not.
We did this on current values. They did theirs union contract on different numbers.
So we're call.
So
We're
we're
So this is
only.
just call now.
Call only.
Okay.
Union, it has
All
their
right.
They have their own.
Okay,
own rates as
All
of
right.
right now to the end of next year.
okay, all right. I don't
And
think
we
we
did the
knew that
call.
when we did this.
So I think Jonathan is at roughly, I think he's at what, chief, 25.96?
yeah, I think so. He's like around 38 for OT.
So, yeah, so,
So this is
I just
what-
want to make
just so
sure
you
that
know.
we're giving Kevin the right amount.
So
Because
this
this
here-
says 2198,
Right.
and that says 2242.
Oh, no, it should say 22.
What's it say? 21 something? One of the ones I
21.
saw was one of those ones with all the classes, had the lines that fall down.
So the call lieutenant here,
Yep,
22.
it should be the 2242.
So
To
22.
do what?
It should be 2242. I thought I changed it. It's not right.
It's okay. Oh, it's gonna
Because it's right
donate the
here.
dollar to me.
Is that okay, just to do it like that?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, just initial.
All right, great. That's what I wanted to clear up. I just couldn't understand why that said 21.
We got it then.
Okay,
But it
great.
just brings some structure, because we've lost some of the officers, you know? Jimmy Kincannon resigned, and
Okay.
Unfortunately, the union rates are lower for the union guys
Yeah,
because we hadn't done the.
Got
I'll do this up
Right.
tomorrow,
When they sign it.
get it back to you.
okay, well, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Good discussion.
You need one for the
No,
road.
come
on.
No,
They're good.
I'll have to work extra hard at CrossFit tomorrow.
You guys want to discuss it before you
Yeah.
Go run Pisgah. It's gonna be crazy up there.
I
When?
thought that that's what we
Oh, tomorrow? All the kids are starting to come home from college now.
Oh.
Pisgah
That's
party
why they hang
season.
out.
All right,
Oh, yeah. Pisgah party season starts now.
Can you hang out
okay,
from your house?
good.
Oh, they run right across.
All right, I think now we can
Good
do
with
the
me. Thank you.
PAFs.
Thank you, Chief.
Thanks, TA.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're muted, lady.
there you go. I didn't want to talk over people. So Chief, do you want to send the draft provisions over to me? And when I can get them over to the personnel committee for next week?
Yep, I'll do it first thing in the
Or
morning.
next meeting, their next meeting?
Yep, done it.
Great, okay.
Thank you,
So
sir.
we have some PAFs.
Done with me.
You're done?
Yes.
Good
Go
night,
home.
everybody. Thank you.
Night, Chief.
Thank you for your time,
Thank you for
sir.
coming in.
No, I enjoy it.
Don't
actually.
forget your pen.
Oh, that was it.
Um,
Bye, Chief.
So the first one is Kevin Colamy, a move from firefighter EMT to an acting lieutenant, call lieutenant. So the rate changes from 1963 to 2242. The next PAF was Huddle, C. Huddle, was that Carolyn, I think?
Yes.
C. Huddle. She was a resignation. She's moving out of state in the library. She's a library assistant. The next one was Thieve, A. Thieve, who's a firefighter EMT, who's just passed his EMT, so he's going from, or she is going from 1878 to 1963. The next one is a step increase for police officer M. Plant. And that's a step increase because she's been here a year.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a step on an anniversary date.
Does their year start when they're hired? It's not like when they're done.
When they physically start working here, and they start working as soon as they step foot in the academy,
Right.
because they're paid once they go to the
Okay,
academy.
that's what I wanted to know,
Yeah,
if it was
because-
academy time. Thanks.
We had that.
And then the last person was Tom Dorr, who resigned his position as an
Alternate bill.
alternate building inspector. I couldn't remember.
I did see those.
Okay. So we have those PAFs.
Make a motion that we approve all the PAFs.
I will
Presented.
second that.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
How'd I do?
Approved.
Good.
Voted. All right. So I can sign that on there.
Thank you.
Okay, the next item was the position vacancies. And Margaret, you sent a couple, the highway department truck driver laborer, as well as a heavy machinery equipment operator, driver, laborer, mechanic. So you sent those to us. I did notice,
I just want to say, I really think that I was losing my mind because I realized tonight that you approved these on April 27th. So there's no need to do anything with
Right.
them.
Well-
It's not these that you were sent today. It's the ones that you saw last time. So the ones that you received today had the wrong grades on them, I think.
Right, and they also had the anticipated start.
The highway driver laborer at grade 7, pay range 22.42 to 28.63 an hour. And that one also was changed to note the CDLB requirement as opposed to option. And then the HEMEO, driver laborer mechanic, you approved at a grade 8 with a range of 25.40 to 32.44 an hour.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
they're all set. So the board approved the job description last night. Personnel committee has approved. We can post these.
okay,
And no
great.
anticipated pay, right?
Right, because one of the ads you sent us today had an anticipated start rate.
Those were the ones we revised, I think.
Yeah,
already.
Okay.
Those are
Okay,
Okay,
double
my,
check.
my,
just double checking. I'm getting old.
Okay, so no new vacant position ads. Okay,
Yeah.
no, I do want to note though that, the police department has, another, full-time patrol officer vacancy that happened right at the tail end of the hiring process for this last full-time patrol officer. In order to expedite the process, Chief Shartner asked if he could bypass the process and select the second-ranked candidate from that first process. In order to do that, it would require that Article 8, Section C of the collective bargaining agreement be waived. So I spoke with the president of the union today. He had reached out by email to his union membership. He received no pushback on consenting to the waiver of Article 8. So this would allow Chief to recommend the appointment of that second-ranked candidate in the first process. I hope
for that second vacant position, Margaret?
it allows it would allow them to bypass the posting requirement in the collective bargaining agreement.
Okay, Yep.
Just go with the second candidate instead of reposting the whole
And he has to
thing
go
all
to
over
the
again.
academy too.
Right, okay.
But he was already,
Wasn't he already in the academy?
No.
Or the first one was?
no, neither.
No?
I know the first one, the one that we hired.
First one isn't, but the
Okay.
Has to go.
I think the second one was actually.
I want to say all of them had. to-
No, none of them were
No.
academy.
Yeah, no,
No,
that's what's
no, this one
happening
is
right
also
now.
gonna need an agreement.
But,
Oh, okay.
but I think this one is already
The first one
enrolled.
we have,
Okay. All right. Good. All right. So I think that was a great idea in terms, I didn't even know that their CBA had like a waiving thing there where they could, it would be probably the posting article, is that?
Would it,
yeah, it required an official posting and posting on the bulletin board in the department for 10 days. So it you know, kind of, it expedites the process
Good.
by a couple of
Okay.
weeks.
All right. Great.
would they also have to post that internally, Claire?
No, not if
No,
they
that's
waive
what
it.
they were
Okay.
waiving.
Yep,
They said, nope.
yep.
I just want to
Um,
make sure.
Where it
Let me
was a
see.
recent one, it's not like it was 6
And
months ago.
then the next item was, did we have some more job descriptions that we need to go through besides the chief's there? Or no?
No, the police department is still working on the patrol officer one. That was the only other one that needs to
What-
be formatted properly.
What about the library person that just resigned? Are we
Assistant?
gonna have to,
Yes,
that's gonna be a new one that's gonna come up.
yeah.
Library assistant.
I think Bob Hodge sent that to personnel, right?
Oh, did he?
He sent the resignation.
He
It's
sent,
gone to personnel, but I don't know, did he
Oh.
send the job
Oh,
description?
okay.
No,
But it-
just the resignation, you're right.
resignation, I think he might have written something, but it wasn't in format
So
or
we'll
anything.
double check and see what,
Yeah, no, he did. He sent it to personnel on, am I
Yeah.
wrong, or what?
No, you're right.
8 days ago.
The job description?
He sent
No.
the library assistant job description and the job posting.
Oh.
My phone. I can't look it up.
So let me, want me to share, maybe I can share.
But I'm not sure if it was formatted correctly.
Help, 'cause you probably
Wait a
won't
minute.
see it.
is it in the right format?
Oh, we lost
The
it.
library assistant job description, I think, is in the right format. Let me just double check that. No, I can't, I'm gonna stop this, hold on. Can't
Wow.
do two things at once.
I didn't see anything to do.
Yeah, I saw it. I thought it wasn't in the right format.
He didn't actually send the job description, he sent the job, he sent the job ad.
Oh, that's why I said
What
it
did he
wasn't.
say? Job postings, oh, he sent 2 postings.
Okay, that's why I was confused.
I thought that we had an approved library assistant job description, but we're gonna have to look and see.
I'm sorry, you guys, I did not even,
Look,
I didn't. I
But she
thought it was the
resi-
resignation. I didn't
did
think it
I.
was a job
They
description.
had to keep going, but
because didn't we approve one a couple weeks ago for the library? Or was that another resignation?
I can't remember, Tom.
no, we did like a page. A couple months ago, we did a library page.
Okay.
Okay,
These kind
This
of
is the
here.
job ad.
all right.
Yeah.
Because we could at least get that approved if we can.
That looked good.
So it's
Oh, you
posted-
saw it?
He
Yeah.
wants to post it at a grade 5, 17.59 to 22.45 an hour.
What was the grade?
5.
Grade 5, which is correct according to the comp plan.
Boy, we're all getting old.
17.59
Right there to see the screen.
22.45.
Yeah.
I'm getting so old.
Oh, my back.
Wait a minute, it's not,
Wait a minute.
no, the range is wrong. It should be 17.94 to 22.90 an hour.
Yeah.
So that's gonna have, okay,
Yep, so that has to be changed.
yeah. Okay, so 17.
And we want to get rid of anticipated higher rate also. Sorry, I shouldn't have spoken for you.
Yes, we do.
So 17 1794 to 2290.
Yep,
You gotta take
and that's
that out.
grade 5, John.
In school.
Yeah.
Yep, okay.
They're behind right now.
And the anticipated higher rate.
People were going.
And we'll get rid of anticipated hiring rate.
Yep.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Checking the score.
Did he send you a PDF or was it Word?
I think he sent it in Word, but
Oh.
I have to, yeah, it is in Word.
Oh, good.
Good. I can open with Google Docs, and then I'll just download it as a Word
I
document,
don't-
so. I don't like Google Docs. I don't like it at all. Not a fan. Okay. Okay, here we go. So 1794.
Yep,
Whoops. Yeah, I know. Okay. 1794 to 2290.
Yep.
And, okay, then we'll get rid of what is anticipated.
and we took out the anticipated. Okay.
And we're just gonna say
723.
DOQ.
Yep,
We usually do DOQE. You okay with that?
yep.
Okay.
And you said you already saw it, so.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, okay. So we just changed the.
Okay to you with the changes?
Yes, yep.
Yep, you said that.
So,
What grade was it? Did we change it to?
it's a grade 5,
Okay.
1794 to 2290.
Mhm.
So based on that, I'd like to make a motion that we approve that job posting for the library for Bob Hodge.
Second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, great. All right, we approved it,
Okay.
so that's good. I don't think there were any others. That was the only one that we had.
It's the only one on my
Do
list.
they put that on the Worcester County Library or something?
Probably.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because he mentioned he had a couple
They have their
spots
own
that he
library, first page they can put it on? Okay.
was- Okay,
I do want to just let you know that Chief does have the position for fire, Michael's old position. He does have a new person coming in. Dennis, it has the PAF right now in his hands because he's waiting to get a couple of items
okay,
for full-time for Kyle Litchwell. So we'll send that
Wow.
over as soon as
that's great.
we get that.
Good.
All right. Margaret, I thought you had something tonight.
Have something
I
tonight?
hope she does.
I thought she had something tonight.
No, she had a doctor's appointment earlier, so that's why we're doing this.
Oh, okay.
That's why. That's why
Oh.
she couldn't make it tonight, was because she
Oh,
was
okay.
at home.
I'm
so
moving
she-
on to the next phase of treatment. Woohoo!
Oh,
Good for you.
oh, God.
Good.
Oh, good news.
Yep.
All right, so do we want to try and tackle a little bit of the policies? I thought we were going to do a short meeting tonight, and then next Wednesday,
Is-
all we're going to do is policy.
Policies.
Okay, Margaret, your turn. Did you come up with
Is the section of policy, okay.
No, she missed,
I don't
you missed the question.
If you want to really dive into policies, but one of the select board's many goals over this past year was to reflect leave accruals and usage on payroll. The town just has not gotten to that point yet. And Dennis has been working with Harper's payroll to
Yep.
try to implement this for July 1st. We had a meeting today, and we really, the personnel committee has redlined the leave benefits section. I'm gonna stop sharing the screen. Has redlined the leave benefits section of the new policy manual. So in order for us to put in accurate accrual rates, or updated accrual rates, when the policy manual is approved, we need this to be circulated and approved before, well, as soon as possible. So June and I talked today, and we're wondering
Really?
Oh, well, you
what your
could,
thoughts might be on circulating only it's Article 5 of the policy manual, page 20, I'm sorry, page
Yeah,
30.
30, section B, vacation. And we don't even have to letter it. It's the vacation section of the personnel policy manual, and again, it's all redlined. Personal leave, section C, and sick leave, section E. These are the three leave benefits that would be tracked on payroll.
What?
So,
Oh,
So who's circulating them to?
personnel committee. Oh, by the way, congratulations, Claire. You got a unanimous 100-0 vote on the clickers at that meeting. Amazing.
oh, that was something, huh? I was like a nervous wreck getting up there in front of
And you did
everybody,
awesome,
but thank goodness Mary did it so large for me so I could see it. Oh, my word.
No one had any
Thank
questions.
you.
But anyway, the personnel bylaw does require the personnel committee to hold a hearing on any policy amendments. So that would have to be part of this. If the personnel committee wants to proceed with moving these three sections, sick, vacation, and personal, forward, so that we can start the leave tracking, then you'd have to schedule a hearing.
So the thought is that if next week, when we get together, if we went through and made sure that you were good with all of those
This
sections,
is number one.
Yeah,
that we could.
This is the first thing that we tackle.
yes.
yeah,
So- and that's what we're saying, is that pretty much is if you could get those three sections done and you agree on what they are,
Yep.
then we can set it out so that we can circulate it, hold the hearing, but
Yep.
get it out to all the employees.
yeah.
So that way it could be voted on and then go in front of the selectmen and have it hopefully done by the time we have
Okay.
to put the.
Okay.
So I had printed out from what you sent us,
Is this also?
Article 5, right
This
through,
be included in it?
That's actually,
all the way up to Article 6. So the
So it would
last
be-
thing being leave without pay,
Yes.
section M, is in Mary.
This.
So
it is.
basically, if you look at
This
the
one?
bottom of the pages, it's still numbered page
Yes.
29 to 37, according to,
Okay.
Okay.
right? Is that what you're talking about, to have ready for next week so that we're all set to?
Yeah, really, yeah, I think so. So, again, section B, section C, and section E. Those are the three.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Vacation, personal, and sick.
B, say the letters one more time, because I'm.
Go slow.
B, section B, section
Which is vacation on page 30.
C, personal leave, right?
Yep.
And E.
And
We might as well do D just because it's in there, and then do E.
D and E.
We wouldn't have to do F,
Okay.
Margaret?
Where's E?
Well, there are no proposed changes in that section, and it's not something that would be tracked. What would be tracked on payroll would be sick leave and long-term sick.
Right,
So
Okay.
Yep.
maybe a notation, maybe a separate file on an employee's FMLA,
Okay.
which may or may not be unpaid. It usually starts as paid. So that's not something that's tracked. So if we just started with the basic vacation, personal,
Beautiful.
and sick, we'd be able to get that tracking in.
wow, and that's wonderful.
Because don't-
It's very
Sounds good.
complicated to do
Very.
on the payroll system after
Yeah.
watching it today.
Yep,
Yeah.
But unless we have exactly what we want to put in, because some of the things we may have to tweak a little bit, because when we were looking at the payroll system, it can't be done.
Yep.
So it's a matter of trying to figure out how we can make it so that the actual payroll numbers will actually be accurate
Okay.
with
All
the
right.
end of the year and higher dates and.
Yep, yep. Huh. Does
There's
it,
what- go ahead.
No, if they do the,
In section C, personal leaves, there was one little thing that I've noted. We can talk about it next week if you'd like. Right now, the red line in line 2 says personal leave, in line 2 and 3, personal leave is prorated for part-time employees, period. I'd like it to read personal leave is prorated for part-time employees based on their total regular work week hours.
yep,
And that way, you're not just cutting, you're not just saying part-time. And we've got part-timers who work 20 hours a week, 24 hours a week, 25 hours a week,
Yeah.
30 hours a week, 33 hours a week,
Yep.
35 hours a week, 36 hours
because
a
we
week.
already did go through it.
It's all
Yeah.
over the place, so we have to prorate by hours.
In 4 hours a week.
Because we spent a lot of time going through this, trying to,
It is, and then that was the whole thing, but we were trying to actually implement it in the software, and some of them just, no
wouldn't
matter
take,
how many
wouldn't
times
it?
we could, yeah, it
Mhm.
was.
Okay.
And the other thing was is to make sure that because right now, some of these, it just states prorated, but I think we're gonna have to do a little bit more in depth because of that, when we went to try to put it into the computer, whether it comes up with your numbers, how you have like the point, or the
Yeah.
8.333.
Yeah.
And it has to be out 3 spaces, otherwise it doesn't come out to 100 hours, that's why we did it that way. But it's those type of things.
Yeah.
But now, what
Yeah.
actual numbers do you use for somebody who works 37 hours and works 5 days a week, but the hours are different every day?
so, right, so the accruals, I don't know how Harper's does it, but our payroll system can do it for whatever reason, is, and we've got 19 different groups. So we've got 19 different groups that all accrue differently.
Uh-huh.
Yep. So, because we've got like 12 collective bargaining agreements, and then we've got 5 like non-union, executive, all these other ones. So the non-union at Marlboro accrues differently than the non-union in Worcester, accrues differently than the non-union at Health Alliance, Clinton, and Leominster. So the accruals are based on, I know that, because I helped set up the payroll system, is based on hours that are paid each week. So if you're paid 37 hours a week, you get 37 hours times point whatever, to bring you to getting the 3 weeks. So
And
I don't
that's
know,
what
was
we
that
have.
helpful at all, June? Some of that stuff?
Some of it was, and that's what we were kind of playing with to see which would come out, because it's gonna change the benefits that people are getting now, but
Right.
we want to be able to explain the thought process also.
Right, yep,
But with the payroll company, you have to know what this is to plug it into there.
absolutely.
And
Yeah.
unfortunately, what we have found is that we're gonna have to go back and redo all of the things that are already entered into the system.
Oh,
But for us to do it is that, like, we were trying to set it up for what we have current,
yep,
which means we would have to go back and change the 20 adjustments that we are thinking about going in and doing now as soon as you guys do this. So
Right.
it was like, you know what, if we can
Let's just do this.
this
Right.
section,
right.
Yep.
If we
Yeah.
and
can,
everybody's good with it, and then
Yeah.
get it out there
Yeah.
and process, and if everybody's
Yeah.
good, then we only have to do it once
Right.
versus doing it.
So some employees have difficulty calculating the proration, so we're going to we're going to try to do a scenario
Yeah.
showing the formula
Yeah.
for a full time,
Right.
and then a 30, and then a 20,
yeah,
just to kind of show them
Yeah.
how the prorated amount
But
works.
if-
So
if,
June and I will try to come up with something and
Right.
give it to you for next week so you can look at it.
Or at least play with this stuff, just so you
Yeah.
can see what we're dealing with
Yeah.
in reality
Right.
versus, this makes perfect sense, but then when you go to plug it in, it's
Right.
like, yeah.
right, yeah,
And we're working with the unions too. One has a contract, one doesn't have a contract yet, so that was the other thing. So we're doing all of the unions separately,
yeah,
and then it'll
yeah,
be,
okay. All right, good. All right, so we will be prepared next Wednesday
Yes.
to review these and approve them and,
And that's the only thing we're gonna do, we'll continue on our
We're
policies.
just doing policy.
yeah, we're just doing policies
Okay.
next week. Unless some PAFs come up and we
Like,
can,
and it's a quick,
and we can do them
Yeah.
quickly.
yeah,
Yep,
Yep, sounds good, so we can actually get through them.
which would be really
Okay.
nice to do.
Anything else, Margaret, that you have that you wanted to share with us, or?
Don't think so right now.
Nope, she doesn't.
As soon as she signs off, she'll like go, oh,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
save it for next week.
All right, all right. Anything else? Do you guys have anything else?
No,
Nope, I make a
Okay.
motion, we adjourn.
Okay.
I will second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.